Mm-hmm.
Hello once again, gamers. Cruisnik X back with more Final Fantasy XIV goodness. Before we start off, well, let me just say, tonight we are going to be doing our level 40 White Mage quest because we have finally reached it. But before we do that, I'd like to introduce a special guest, one who hasn't been on this stream in quite a while, and it's about time. It's about high time he was. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him. We can't. It wouldn't be Cruisnik's Purgatory without him. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Elziel Farron.
Sup?
So anyways, we are about to do our level 40 White Mage quest. When we last left off, we communed with the elementals a little bit, and we learned a little bit more about becoming a White Mage. Raya O is still being a douche nozzle about it, but that's him, not us. We've geared up a little bit. I can't say I'm proud of the progress in terms of gear, but unfortunately, beggars can't be choosers. Actually, no, they can be choosers because there is a gear supplier right here in Camp Tranquil that sells level 40 gear, if I remember right. I don't remember. Does level 40 amount to anything over here? Purchase tools. No, encampment armor. Purchase battle gear. Let's see. No, he does not. So that just bones me. Alright, whatever. So, let's, oh, and before I, okay, one last thing before I do this level 40 Dark Knight, what am I saying? Level 40 White Mage quest, I want to mention our one new follower to Twitch, the Acid Trips. I want to thank you for following me on twitch.tv/CruisnikX or live at PlayStation. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the show. And now then, let's get right down to it, and LZL gets to hear my frickin' Raya Osena voice, and I'm not proud of it.
Oh boy.
Chris, I owe you an apology. When last we spoke, I promised that I would find a way to convince my brother to accept you. But I fear he intently refuses to heed my words. Why, the more I try to reason with him, the more he shuts his ears to me. All pride and no common sense, that one. I can scarce believe we are kin. So intent is he to prove that you are unneeded, that he dashed out into the forest all alone, boasting that he would placate every last elemental and save the forest all by himself. Needless to say, such a task is far beyond his powers. There is a part of me that would like nothing more than to see the foolish boy learn his lesson, and yet, as his sister, I fear for him. Would you go look after him, Chris? Sincere or no, he is in many ways still a child, and the forest grows ever more unsafe these days. I thought to go myself, but if you were to save my brother from his own recklessness, perhaps he might finally see how fatuous he has been. When last he announced his intentions to begin his efforts in the bramble patch. With any luck, you may still find him there. Now please, go in haste, before some ill fate befalls him.
My god, she talks a lot. Give me a second, peeps. I'm just gonna adjust something right quick. I don't hate her, it's just she talks a lot. It's like, remind me to take her on a camping trip. And by that I mean do not remind me because I would not go. She talks a lot.
I know, but believe me, it was the most boring thing for me when I was a baby White Mage.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, LZL started out as White Mage. Alright, let's ride. There it is.
If it isn't my
Can't talk.
If it isn't my sister's favorite adventurer, come to show me up, have you? Well, I can march right back and tell sister that I am doing just fine. I'm only rusting. Even if I were unable to placate this tree, what could a run-of-the-mill adventurer like you do about it?
Alright. You want to see what I can do? Oh, whoops. I keep forgetting that I'm healing myself.
It happens.
Yeah, that's because I put everything on my W cross hotbar in terms of attack. There. Arun, are you satisfied now?
Beginner's luck. If you think healing a sapling or two is going to convince me that you are a worthy inheritor to the teachings of Master Otoa, Arun, you yourself do not believe those words. Sister, what are you doing here? Seeing to my pig-headed brother's safety. What do you think I'm doing? For better or worse, it would appear you suffer only from bruises to your leg and your pride. Arun, for all your obstinacy, I know that deep down you are no fool. No, you are wise beyond your years. You realize as well as I the dire fate that will befall Gridania if we do not quell the Great One's fury and restore peace to the wood. The adventure is not Padjal, that is true, but what of it? Would you blindly trumpet tradition as the very forest turns against us and brings ruin to our home? We have a greater calling to answer, you know this! I do, sister. Oh, my dear Arun. What are sisters for if not to forgive their little brothers' fits of folly? Now, Chris, I believe the most important task of all still awaits us. Let us return to Camp Tranquil.
Works for me. Another job well done.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we hop over here. Alright, I need a little bit of water before I do these next lines. Alright. Alright, let's talk to Raya.
Chris, thank you. I knew it was only a matter of time before Arun came around to reason. And yet, his hesitance to accept you was not entirely unfounded. When we first met, I promised that one day I would share with you the tale of how white magic came to be regarded as a forbidden art. Well, I suppose this is as good as... Well, I suppose this is as good a day as any for the retelling. The tale begins some 3 millennia ago, in the 5th astral era. It was the time of endless frost, when a barren wasteland of snow and rime stretched as far as the eye could see. Food was scarce, and warmth scarcer. The histories hold many a grim tale of those who died in their beds, starring and benumbed. So did our ancestors discover magic, born out of the most fundamental instinct, survival. In time, the winter thawed, and magic was no longer essential for survival. But once awakened to its conveniences, there was no returning to how things once were. Ere long, the people discovered all the myriad ways in which magic could be employed, and civilization flourished. But prosperity breeds contempt, and nations warred for power and riches. So did the people seek greater and greater power, to rain destruction down upon their enemies. So was born black magic, the most devastating form of sorcery the world had seen. At the same time, another form of magic emerged, brought forth by those who would keep this immense destructive power in check. That is white magic. Our magic. Does it surprise you? Just as there can be no dawn without the night, the white and black are but two sides of the same coin. War raged on, and magic was used and abused with little concern for the consequences. And consequences there were. Unchecked use of magic soon dried the flow of ether, threatening to bring blight to the land. The magic of healing? It made little difference. If used with no concern for the ether, our magic could prove as ruinous as to the land as the most devastating black magic spell. And so it was that the practicing of white magic was forbidden, with one exception. The Padjal. Our kind were entrusted as sole shepherds of the now forbidden art, to serve as healers and bringers of peace, while ensuring that this great power would never again be misused. Though he is still young, Arun feels this profound sense of responsibility as strongly as any of us. Thus his hesitance to accept you. But having seen your abilities and the sincerity of your intentions, you can rest assured his doubts have been dispelled. With the three of you united in place and purpose, your skills ever growing, the day that we may perform the quieting draws near. To our fortune, the Great One has not yet been entirely consumed by fury, but our time remains short. To commune with the Great One and restore the Twelveswood to its former state of harmony, we must truly be one of heart, one of mind. It is to this end that Atoa Cat has guided you to us. Further your mastery of our art, Chris, and let us mend the wounds of the wood together.
Ugh. Again, remind me to take her on a fishing trip. And by that I would mean do not remind me, because I would not go. She talks a lot. Anyway, we have completed the level 40 White Mage quest, and with it, we've earned the new ability Cure 3. Now to figure out where I'm putting it in my... I guess I'm going to have to switch it with Medica and switch Medica with Asuna and put Asuna up here. Or... Yoels, question. How many actual combat spells does White Mage really get?
Hold on. Basically, White Mages, as in spells are doing damage.
Yeah.
Okay, White Mages get the following. They get Arrow 3, which is an AoE dot. Arrow 2 still stays. Arrow 1 becomes Arrow 2 when you hit 46. Then they have Stone 3, which is 54. A Side, which is a self-heal, and a DPS skill. It does both damage and heal. And Stone 4.
Wait, it does damage and healing?
Yeah, this is what Aside does. Aside deals unexpected damage to all nearby enemies with a potency of 300. Additional effect restores own HP and the HP of nearby party members. Cure potency is 300. Additional effect restore 10% of own MP.
Yeah, but it doesn't do any damage. It
does damage. It does damage, hon.
It just increases the healing potency.
It doesn't increase the healing potency. It does damage.
I'll have to take your word on it until I get there. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this episode of Cruise Next Purgatory. A special thank you to LZL Farron for joining us this day. What, no reply back?
Oh, sorry. Take care, everyone.
And a special thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the show. As always, if you're watching this on twitch.tv/CruiseNickX or live with PlayStation and you like this video, feel free to hit the like button, the follow button, and be sure to turn on notifications so you're informed of all of my live streams the moment they air. If you're watching this on youtube.com/CruiseNickXTTV and you like this video, feel free to hit the like button below, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel by clicking here. Click here to watch more by me, click here to watch the next path of the White Mage video, and click here to watch the previous one. Until next time, for LZL Farron, CruiseNickX, signing out.